Hi guys, I am starting a new cup today. I am using this piece of vinyl from Butterfly Lane Designs. I was not recording. I double tapped the screen by accident. But this is from the last subscription box, the summary box. So I took this piece of vinyl, I cut it to 7 1/4 first, and then I made that 7 1/4 strip 5.5 inches wide. And then I took the Tech Wrap Colorful Pearl White, cut a 4-inch strip off, and I'm going to cut that strip to 7 3/4 also. So that is where I am at now. Whoops, sliding. So that is going to be our vinyl for this one. 7.5 being the height, or 7 3/4 being the height I needed. And I'm going to cut anchors on both of these. And then I'm going to grab my cup. Maybe. So I prepped this tumbler simply by spray painting the very top and the very bottom because it doesn't need a full coat for what I'm doing. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball this even at the top rim. Because, you know, it always goes well when I eyeball stuff, right? I wanted to use this white vinyl again because I didn't feel like I gave it a fair shake on the other cup I used it on. And I thought that this shell look would be good with this vinyl. So the white actually ranked my least favorite of the 8 colors. So I wanted to try something where it had more of it. So I'm just going to wrap this on, and then I'm going to, this goes this way, so I'm actually going to start on this end to line it up from. I feel like I need a little piece of tape. I think I am going to tape this one just to be on the safe side. Because I'm not going to pinstripe. We're going to do something different. So I really want the top lined up pretty well on this one. There. The bottom isn't as crucial. The top is the critical piece. There, the top looks really good. That was my concern. So, and a couple bubbles over here where I started the white. If you hear that crackle, that's always an indication that you have some kind of trapped air, whether it's a decal, a piece of vinyl. And if you can't push it out, you're going to have to pop it out. So you take your pin pen. Ooh, poke that a little hard. And then just smooth it down. So that's where we're going to start. I already lost my decal. This is going to be the decal for this one. Beach's Booze and Besties. This is a VC decal, so it is printed over white, but it still has a clear edge, so you do want to make sure you have a layer of epoxy between your vinyl and your decal. So this is going to go in here. But first, we're going to go over, we're going to coat this with epoxy, and we are going to add some glitter. This one might be a little light. I'm going to look for a slightly darker coral chunky if I have one. Okay, so I have my epoxy ready. I'm doing a very thin coat because this coat is basically just going to be adhesive for this glitter. I did find the other one I wanted. I knew I had a brighter one, darker. But this is basically just going to be a barrier for the decal and an adhesive for the glitter. So, very, very thin coat this time around. Okay, so I am going to torch this real quick. Just to pop any bubbles before I put the glitter on, because I don't want to torch after the glitter, because I kind of want the glitter to stay put. One little dry spot right there I just saw. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the glitter is I'm actually going to pour some in a measuring cup to start, because I want to put a little bit down the line where the vinyls meet, like this is in lieu of a pinstripe. And we're going to do a little bit along the bottom edge. And if a little bit of this travels onto my vinyls, I'm okay with that, because I'm actually going to strategically put some around the vinyl, just in little isolated bits. So, same thing down this side. And I do want some on the bottom, but not a ton. I'm okay with some of that paint showing. And then I am, like I said, going to do just some random. random little bits here and there. Even across this vinyl. I feel like these things call for it. I'm just going to kind of pat this down and zhuzh it around a little bit. I'm going to get a couple little pieces around the top, but not full coverage. And I'm just going to pat around the bottom, make sure there's nothing big and chunky on the edges. And I'm going to turn my turner back on and have a look at this. A couple more of these little spots I want to get. I left mostly open where the decal is going to go. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. Just because I didn't want a pinstripe. Wanted something different, a little bit of sparkle, girly girl summer cup. So we're going to let this dry. I'm going to see if it's smooth enough to put my decal on once this coat is dry. If it is, we'll move on. If not, I'll have to put a coat of epoxy on before I go to decal, but I am hoping for smooth on this layer, so we'll see. Okay, so it's mostly smooth through here, but I decided to go ahead and give this a quick coat before the decal. Okay, so I think I am good enough to put my decal on. The rest of this is still, you know, rough, but decal should be okay to go as long as I position it so this is below this spot. Like somewhere in here. Would be good. There we go. I think I actually got that pretty straight. So I'm going to sand a little bit in a couple spots just to make my life a little bit easier. Okay, so I've done all the sanding I'm going to do. I cleaned up my top rim and sanded a little bit on the edge. Be careful if you've already applied your decal when you go up to clean where you sanded, that you don't get alcohol or anything on your decal. You'll have problems. It'll make it run if it's a printed decal. UV are a little bit different, but the ink on the clear cast decals will definitely run. And I think I see a little bubble right here. So I'm going to look at that when it comes around again. And this turner is getting old and tired. It slips a little bit. I do. I have a little bubble down there, and I don't want to epoxy over that bubble. Look, I got one here too. Maybe here. That's good. So we're going to get our coat of epoxy on. Like I said, this will probably take one more after this just to smooth out the glitter, but nothing fancy, nothing that's going to change the appearance of the cup in any way, shape, or form. So you can see where that glitter's a little thick over there still. So it may need a little more sanding in between these last two coats. But there's that gorgeous vinyl with the little scatter of glitter. And there's that white vinyl in bigger. Just kind of gives an opal-y look. The glitter instead of the pinstriping. And there's our VC decal, Beaches, Booze, and Besties. So that is it for this one. Fun summery tumbler. Hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next one.